Welcome back to the Dose of Dandy podcast with me, Nicholas Fairford, and Nathan Rollinson. And today we're going to be talking about the art of saying no. So, today we're going to be talking about the art of saying no, and I think this is a great topic for us to discuss together because it's something that we both approach in very different ways. So, as I've been your friend for about 2 years and really got to know you very well, one of the things that I like the most is that you're very good at telling people what you want and saying it in a way that is polite but firm so that you have boundaries. Whereas me, I'm someone who's always kind of struggled with saying no and saying what I want. And I've often been drawn into situations where I have to do something that I don't really want to do. I've even been like for a weekend away with friends and not really wanted to go, and I've just hated the whole thing. And it has a real impact on you as a person and on your life. So I think um, the way that you do say no and the way that you set boundaries is a really great thing to talk about because it can help a lot of people. And I know a lot of people have this problem. So, have you always been able to say no very easily, or was it something that you learned how to do as you grew up?
Well, as part of me growing up, as you know, that was born being profoundly deaf. Um, I had a lot in my life when people always saying no to me because of my impact, my disability. A lot of them don't kind of like tiptoeing all my life. As I got older, I realized it's extorting, trying to please everybody where it's possible. And then after my career and everything, I've learned to where to put my boundary.
Mm,
For example, with my career now, there's a load of events, there's a load of opportunity and everything, but you have to know what is right for you and what is not right for you. And it's important to listen to yourself more often. I mean, like you were saying, it's important to put a boundary where if I would invite to an event and I feel it's not appropriate for me, this is where I think no, it's not for me. Rather than yeah. But when you come to say yeah, it's leading to extorting.
yeah.
So the more you say it, the more the expectation of the audience, the people knowing you guarantee will come, you always say yes to everything.
Yeah.
It's important to share that. No, I'm okay, but I can do another time. They go, oh, the people respect you even more.
It's true. And I've noticed that, yeah, being friends with you and we do a lot of work together. And when you say no, for me, it was always this thing of, oh, people are not going to want to work with me again, or they're not going to invite me to something if I say no. But actually, they respect you a lot more and they still invite you back and they know that you've got this boundary. So we will talk more about this um, later on, but that is just a little introduction to the subject for you. So, Nathan, let's talk about your dandy moment of the week. Tell us about your moment of the week.
Ooh, my dandy moment of the week. Ooh. It's very simple, but they give you a great pleasure. But as you know, it's spring at the
Yes.
moment right now. So I had an opportunity this week to clean my wardrobe, reorganize and clean and spring refresh and everything. Had all my bedding washed, bleach and everything. It's all fresh again. And I
Oh,
had a window cleaner came. I had a cleaner came to help me with everything polishing, to everything feel clean and organized, ready for the year ahead.
beautiful.
And how about you?
I think my dandy moment of the week was yesterday when we went shopping together. So we haven't seen each other for about 2 weeks. You were traveling, and we met up, didn't we, yesterday? And we decided to go to 100 Princes Street, which is a members club in Edinburgh. And we had a glass of champagne, and then we went shopping, and we both bought some new trainers, which we're wearing now. Matchy, matchy, but
You copy me, fam, right?
I did, I will admit. But they go so well with, like, you can see they go well with this, and they go well with this. They go very well. So that was my moment of the week, and that's a great link to tell everybody what you're wearing today.
Ooh, what am I wearing today? I'm wearing a lovely woman jean
Yes.
from the White Company.
Wow.
But for me, I do believe in label,
Mm.
whether it's men or women, I do. But
Same.
at the end of the day, if it fits you, if
Yeah.
you're tall or small, because we're not of a tall person, and sometimes it's quite difficult to wear, you know, like going to places like Derby, they have one length. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a trooping model length.
I know.
But this is perfect, you know. I got that from the White Company. The chair from Walker Slater,
Yeah.
one of my favourite Scottish brands, very comfortable denim, you know, and it's very easy to wear, very versatile. You don't need many
Mm.
clothes. And I've got the Harry Sweet blader, you know, it's very, I had it quite a long time, but it's a classic investment that you wear for many years to come. And of course, we've got
The
the matching
the
trainers.
matching trainers, yeah.
They're so comfortable.
They're so comfortable and they're so versatile. So,
Oh yeah,
you know,
can be smart or
yeah, and with that little
casual.
jacket and the denim, it's so nice. And I love that little tweed moment as well. It looks great with all the denim, so I like that. I'm wearing these are new jeans from Abercrombie and Fitch.
Way.
So do you remember Abercrombie and Fitch when we were growing up? It was kind of like the cool brand, and you used to
Back
go
in
in.
2000,
Yeah, and you went into the store, and the men would wear no tops or
we can't do that now.
I know.
Damn.
And it kind of just faded away a little bit,
Mm,
but now I think they're having a resurgence of they've really found
that's
a
good.
new a way to bring it back.
That's good. But the problem with Abercrombie thing back in the day was everything was logo,
Yeah,
branding. And
yeah,
now for me, it's like, I'm not into branding. I like timeless day. But now you're coming back into timeless day. It's
exactly.
reinvesting.
Yeah. So if you go into the store, I was in there the other day, there's no logos anywhere.
So
It's
thank God for
all
that.
just plain and clean. So I got these jeans from there, and then this jumper is Walker Slater cashmere, and then I just thought that I would add a little cardigan. So this is from Marks and Spencer, and again, like you're saying about the jeans, this is from the ladies department. But like you,
Mm,
I believe that clothes are for everyone,
exactly.
and if it looks nice and you want to wear it, you should wear it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
It's thanks for the perfume.
yeah, the perfume, the same thing. I don't bother if it's a ladies or a men's, as long as I like the smell. That for me is the most important thing.
Exactly.
But like you said, with us, we're quite small, so we've struggled to find things that fit properly. So if a lady's cardigan is going to fit properly, then why put a label on it
Exactly.
being that?
Exactly. Do you know what you remind me of?
Yeah.
From a Shakespeare housewife.
Ah,
Through Van de Kamp.
yes,
The perfect,
that was what I was going for.
the perfect stepfoot wife
Yeah.
inspiration.
Just
I
need some
love that.
pearls.
Yes, you need some pearls. I'm sure you got one in your wall.
Oh, I'm sure I can fish some out next time. Okay, so shall we move on to the main topic of the week, which is about saying no? So, as I mentioned earlier, we are very different in this way. You're great at saying no and being able to tell people what you want, whereas I'm somebody who finds it very challenging. Hate confrontation, hate saying no, and for me, it's been something that has been a bit of a blight on my life and something that I want to change. So, if you were to give advice about how you can start by saying no in a small way, is there anything that you would tell someone like me who wants to try to get better at saying no?
It's in sort of a term on where, for example, maybe a job opportunity and they want to work with you.
Mm.
And then unfortunately, they will offer you a low payment for the job opportunity. Do you feel of saying, yeah, grab it or no, put yourself on the boundary to get your self worth more respectably? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way to put you in that position if you were to go to, yeah, I accept the low offer, always you, no, I'm going to put my pride higher. I'm going to take it or leave. What would be your attitude?
I think with things like that, I'm very good at telling them that this is the price and that's that. But that's because I've had a lot of experience of, negotiating money and stuff. But lots of people would find that very hard. For me, because also I know my value as a creator and what I do for work, I can say no very easily. So maybe that is a great tip that just knowing that
Should,
your worth is
yeah.
high, you should always stick to it.
Because I've always said to myself, put yourself higher
Yeah.
and then have a chat with them and then we can come to agree in the later on. But for me, in terms of saying no, it's quite a strong thing to say.
Mm.
It gives you self-respect more. I mean, for example, if I were to invite with a friend to go for a little drink on the evening, and I felt like it because I might have a very busy week and everything. I mean, the job we do, we're always outing all the time. There's a lot of event networking, but sometimes it's okay to say
It is.
otherwise you'll lose yourself a bit of respect where to put in a position, you feel tired, you're not really yourself, and the friends start questioning you, are you okay? And you'll be saying, yeah, I had a busy week. But it's okay to have one day off in the evenings,
Mm.
indulge yourself, have a hot bath, relax, and then you feel good the rest of the week.
Yeah.
But it seems like that it's okay to stay there.
And it's important. I
Yeah.
think if you are one of these people who's always at work, always doing something, and you're always saying yes to every invitation, you're going to get yourself
You
burnt
burn
out.
that.
So it is important to say no. I agree. So yeah, that burnout thing is very real, and I've done that before where, I've been out 4 nights in a row to a dinner, to a birthday, and then I've got to go and travel somewhere else to attend another event, and it is
You
very
go
hard.
on and on and on.
Yeah, and you could
And
just keep going.
but why do you don't have for you to stay there?
It's a good question, but I think it's a deep question as well. For me, I've always found it difficult to say no from a very young age. So it's obviously something that stems from childhood, like most of these things. Whatever issue people have got, it stems from childhood. And when I was growing up at primary school, I didn't have a lot of friends. I was very, very shy. And I think not knowing why I felt different, I knew I was different in some way. But obviously I didn't know then that I was gay. It was just a feeling of something's different to everybody else. So it made me very, very shy. And so then the very few friends that I did have were quite strong characters.
Mm.
And so I just felt like they were, if I said no or said something that wasn't pleasing them, then they wouldn't want to be friends with me anymore. So I just felt from a very young age, be say yes, just put up with things. People will love you that way. And I remember with teachers, family, especially teachers, I was so well behaved. I was such a good boy and always wanted to be the
You sure?
best. Always. So, yeah, I remember feeling like I had to say yes all the time, even to my detriment. And now, as I got older, I can't really explain why I find it so hard to say no because I am quite a confident and secure person now. But I think it's just those years and years and years of people pleasing. And as I got older now, I found that if you don't start to say what you want, then life can be very, very difficult. People will easily manipulate.
But apparently, with your circumstance, you're very people pleaser. You didn't want to hurt anyone feel it or anything like that. You let people walk over you. But at the end of the day, how do they really know you? How you feeling?
Well, that's true. That's a very, very good point. If you're just constantly saying yes and doing things that are going to please the other person, they don't really get to know you as who you really are.
Exactly.
And that is what I love about our friendship, is that we can be totally ourselves, totally relaxed. We can tell each other to pee off. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like if you're very honest with your friends and you can say yes, you're going to both enjoy the friendship more
Exactly.
and be real. And so we have that.
And for me, it's more of the respect and the circumstance, especially for you, is that the more you stay there, the more the people respect you.
Yeah.
Because you'll be honest with yourself. The more you say yes, 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 that they allowing, taking you for granted. You need to learn where the boundaries are.
Yeah.
And also it's really important to respect yourself as well. Like, for example, if you're tired and you're staying there, because you know you want to keep a good quality for next time, you'd be saying yeah, and it goes to your friend, and you're not really yourself, and then obviously the friend will start questioning what's wrong with you, and it creates that awkward atmosphere that it's okay to stay there, sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. And again, it's not the end of the day, there'll be more event to come, there'll be more time with the friend when in the right mood, when in the right mindset. It's
Definitely.
very important.
It is. And as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize that the quality of the friendships that I have is very important. I used to think, "Oh, I want to have lots of friends and be a socialite," but actually, I'm not interested in having loads of friends. I just want really great quality friends
All
who
about quality.
know me very well, who can tell when I'm like you can tell when I'm a bit upset, you can tell when something's wrong, you know when I'm really happy.
True.
And that's what a real friend is somebody who knows you and rides the wave of what you're going through. So, yeah, for me, I'm definitely getting better at saying no. I'm definitely getting better at saying what I want,
Good.
and, it's
And you will feel good about it, right?
oh, it's it's
You
it's
feel
way better.
amazing. You're in more of control,
Yeah.
and you feel good at the end. That no, you feel like a bummer, fear
Mm.
of missing out. Or
Yes.
but at the end of the day, actually no, I'm getting older. I want to enjoy myself, have a glass of wine, chill, and then the next day, right, I'm in a good mood. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's all about balance, really.
It is. It's all about balance. And what I've realized is that when you start saying no more, people very quickly pick up that it doesn't take long for people to realize that you're not going to say yes to everything, and they start to respect you more.
Exactly.
And
And
they
I go,
start to,
oh well,
oh, actually, he will not be pushed over as easily. And they start to see you as somebody. It doesn't take long. One or two times of saying no to someone, they're going to really behave differently. So I'm going to tell you a really great example of a recent time that I've said no and something that made me feel empowered and a lot better. So I went to a birthday party a few weeks ago, and before the party happened, somebody created a WhatsApp group just to share details about the party and then share the location and what people should bring and stuff like that. And the party happened, and then about 2 days after the party, people were still writing in the WhatsApp group.
mhm.
And I don't know about you, but for me, I find WhatsApp groups hell. I hate them. I hate the fact of being in one, and I feel like you have to constantly be looking at it, pinging on the phone. And even if you mute it, it will still be the top
With
conversation
the unread
on the app.
message,
Yes, and I hate that. I like everything gone and dealt with.
done and dusted with.
Yes, exactly.
Meow.
So this WhatsApp group was bothering me a lot because I thought the party's over. People are not even talking about the party now. They're talking about other things that I'm not really interested in.
It's not relevant.
No, it's not.
But for me, the game I'm saying,
Mm,
when the WhatsApp group, it can be very useful. Just talk about the time of the plays, what the dress code, what the themes are, and that sort of thing. It's like an invitation, like
yes.
that's all we need to know.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, the old day when I post you an invitation, that invite, that the intimation there, they're no need for digital communication, and then
Exactly.
their transport or whatever, all down to an appointment. But if you go on and on and on, I mean, the invitation, the paper, they'll go on and on and on. It's
Yeah.
then predictable. One
You're right.
spinach,
Yeah.
and then
You're
through the
right.
pit.
Yeah. So that's what I always do. Remember, when I have a party at my house, I always send an invitation, digital on WhatsApp, to everybody individually, but that's the end.
They can come on
Yeah.
automatically clean at a water.
Yeah, they can reply and let me know, but there's no groups. So these WhatsApp groups are my nightmare. I hate them. So I thought I need to find a way to exit this group gracefully. And what I've been using to help me with this is AI. So you know the app ChatGPT, where I will be honest with everybody. I do use this because I find it quite useful
Really?
for many. It's like having a personal assistant sometimes. And so I said to it, I want to exit this group, explain the situation. Can you help me write a short, concise message to help me exit the group? And it gave me this little paragraph saying, "Hi, everybody. So good to see you at the party. Had a lovely time. I'm going to exit this group now because I want to focus on my other conversations, but I hope you all have a lovely day." And it said, exit the group before anybody replies, and that is perfect. So that's what I did. So what do you think about that?
I mean, it's a clever way of doing it. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, do they know the real you?
Well,
For me, the more you're honest with yourself, the more you can share your feeling in the group. That way, you can prove yourself you can do it without any support.
mm,
When you're using the AI, that's not give you again the extra support to help you to shut the WhatsApp group and leave.
mm,
But at the end of the day, it's okay to stay and be honest. The more you do that, you feel good about it. I mean, for example, it would happen to me, which has happened quite a lot. And to be honest, I would say think about a lovely party. Good to see everybody. The party was amazing, but I'm going to leave the group. I hope to catch up with you next time, one to one, whatsoever. But take care, and I should leave the group without seeing their responsive. And
Yeah.
that's included, at the end of the day, they're like, oh, wow, you know, I'm being me
Yeah.
without any hard feeling.
But that is the difference between you and I. You do that naturally and you don't feel worried about it. But if I did that, I would be panicking all day.
Because it
Oh,
always worries, don't you?
yeah.
Why? What the outcome of you worry at the end?
Well, actually, I'm learning that nothing happens, so
Exactly.
it's fine.
Why worry when nothing happened?
Well, that's what I mean. But you have to
But
learn these things as you go through life. You know, we all have to. If you know that that's a problem and you want to fix it, but it takes time to,
of
and
course I
that's
do.
why I think something like AI is good because it helps you to work things out in a nice way that's very you, because AI kind of does know you a little bit, it gets to know you quite well and the way that you would respond, and then you can learn how to behave better. So yeah, I
So
think that was
apparently, are
very
you trying
useful.
to tell me that you have a better behaviour with Paige and Thor, whereas I should get on with it?
Well, no, you have very good behavior, but you don't do it and then panic about, oh, am I going to upset someone?
No.
Because you know that you've learned through your life that it's always been
Because
okay.
I know at the end of the day, I'm not upsetting anyone.
Yeah.
It's just a black and white that the WhatsApp group is meant to be for the invitation on the group,
Mm.
not to socialise afterwards.
Yeah.
So, but everyone reacts differently. But of course, at the end of the day, do what you have to do
Mm.
and be honest and be true to yourself.
Definitely,
It's
but
a better way to do.
yeah, and I think a
And
lot of
of course,
people.
think before what you say in a nice way, of course. Not bye bye on the
Mm.
water and they go, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
Like that. No,
Yeah, I think a lot of people will find this useful because I
of
think
course.
I know a lot of people who struggle with saying no and setting boundaries. So it's good for them to see that we are very different and that you can do little steps to improve
Cool.
this issue because it's one that many people have.
Exactly.
So this is a great place to have our dandy dilemma of the week. This is from an anonymous sender in the US. And it says, I have a friend who constantly invites me to things I don't want to do. I always say yes because I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I'm starting to dread their messages. How do I set boundaries without losing their friendship? So that's quite a good question.
Hmm.
And I think something that a lot of people will relate to, actually. So can you give some advice as somebody who is very good at saying no, what you would do in that situation?
If that happened to me, in that situation, when you feel difficult to say no, depend on the person. For me, you have to think about it in the circumstance. What was the event? Who are you with? If it's with the business and that sort of thing, okay, you might have to think of the reason why you're saying no. But at the end of the day, if it's all really good friend and family, they just know you very well. And you shouldn't be having that fear of saying no, because
Mm,
it's okay to say no, and so it's really important just to be honest. And that way, then you can find a way around it and everything. But if you don't feel like going, or you're not in the mood, or you're not well, it's okay. It's not that hard. And they should respect you more.
mm.
But the more you say yes, 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 the more you have to do everything for everyone. And it can become quite distorted. And also for mental well-being, it's not in a great position that it's really important to balance everything out. But it's okay if you don't feel like going or whatever, it's okay to say no.
Yeah, and I think what you said about they should know if it's your good friend, they should know if you don't want to do something that it's okay.
Exactly.
Perhaps this has happened to me before as well, where it's not really a really great friend, or perhaps it's a new friend that you've got, and perhaps they're not really meant to be. Perhaps you're not meant to be friends with this
Yeah.
person. If
And
you're not enjoying their company
exactly.
and you feel like you can't be honest, then maybe you're not supposed to be friends with them.
And if you feel like you're tiptoeing along them, then what's the point of that friendship?
Yeah.
It's really important to say, and they will go, of course, no problem, we can rearrange the next time.
Mm.
Oh, that's good. And some people say, oh, why not? And you're thinking, you're not really respecting my circumstances and the reason why I don't feel like going. So at the end of the day, it's all about the clear communication.
Yes, and I think I've been in 2 situations where I've got different friends who, uh, there was one who kept inviting me to things and things that weren't really my thing, like
Mm.
potion making and ghost tours, and I was like, I'm busy, I'm busy, and then she was like, "Oh, do you want to do the? You always seem to say no," and then I just thought I'm going to make this into a joke, and I just said, "Look, ghost tours, potion making, not really my thing, but when you want to go out for afternoon tea, let me know, and then you can make a joke." And we did, and we joked about it. So now she knows not to invite me to those kind of things, and it's just very easy. And then I had another friend years ago who every time that we met, they were quite draining. Yeah, so lots of, negativity, moaning. So I started to phase them out a little bit because it was just making me not
Be a bit
enjoy it.
positive,
Yeah,
and it's not elevated, it affects your mood as well.
yeah,
It's really important to hang around with the people who respect you and you respect them, and it's bounce back and it's
it is.
uplifted. If one goes down and one can uplift, it's a balance,
Yeah,
and you can support each other.
yeah.
It's one, it's always pulling you down like the anchor, weighting you down, and that
Mm.
not actually giving the return to uplift. Then I'm really sorry.
It's
It's
time to
kind of
say goodbye.
one way. It's cool. Keep it a true tango.
Yeah.
That it's really important to give both ways.
Mm.
And again, if you say no, that of course, they become an issue, and that's where you feel like, I need to start questioning it and everything. You have to explain yourself. It's certain them when it's not necessarily.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a bit up.
So with this friend, they started to realize that I was backing off a little bit, and so they asked me about, is something going on? And I thought, well, it's best to be honest. So I just said, look, I feel like every time that we meet, if I'm happy, it quickly turns into a negative situation. So I just feel like I'm not enjoying our friendship. And this person was obviously very upset because it's not a nice thing to hear. But for me, if somebody said that to me, I would be able to look at myself and think, okay, perhaps they're right. I need to change this and maybe be a bit more positive. But this person didn't like it, and we ended up not being friends. So sometimes in life you will lose friendships when you start being honest and open, but I think really it's for the best.
Definitely. There's a quote that things come and go.
Mm.
But unfortunately, in life, the time and place, the time do change, the friend do change over the time. I mean, we only just know each other for nearly 3 years, and our friends with the maiden, and I've got a lot of old friends with their maiden too. But our case is different. And sometimes when they want to meet, I'm okay, let's meet up. But then sometimes to feel like you were saying, it can be quite draining.
Yeah.
Let's be a bit and you try to be positive all the time, and it's not really getting anything good positive back. It's feel like, it's time to say, move on. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
sad, but at the same time, you have to respect yourself more.
You do. And people say that life is short, but it's actually long as well, and I found that throughout my life, 35 years, I've had different friendships at different times, and life just cycles on. So maybe it's time to nip that one in the bud.
Exactly. Worst day.
Well, I think that is all we've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed this subject. I think, again, it is one that a lot of people can relate to. So it's great for us to share both of our perspectives because we're both so different when it comes to saying no. But we'd love to hear your thoughts. So wherever you watch or listen, please do write in. We always love to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you're watching or listening. We look forward to seeing you next time. But until then, take care. Bye bye.